Guys, this is Casual with NerdHammer.net, and I got the second game of Kings of War from Nerdhammer Sunday Fun Day. This time I'm going up against Beaner's Elves. We'll just call them Beans from here on in. So, I have my same list. I have my two generals on Pegasus on the left side. I got my knights in here. I got my bolt thrower up on a hill. Got my treb up on a hill. I realized in this game quickly that sometimes it's always not the best to have your war machines up on a hill, and I'll show you why. I put my horde of shield wall, that's right, I got the name right this time, in behind these guys. I have my riflemen in the middle. I have a beast of war here on the right side, more center I guess, and my archers. Another unit of knights, and I got my wizards who has Bane Chant and Lightning Bolt, and I have my foot guard in behind here, and my scouts out in front. My BSB somewhere, I think he's back behind the other knights. He also has Lightning Bolt. The Beast of War has a bolt thrower attached to it, and just another shot of that side. So his side, he has a horde of archers and a horde of Sea Guard. I think the blue ones here are the Sea Guard, and these guys are just the regular archers. I might have them back mixed up, but I'm not 100% sure. In behind, he has the Green Lady. I think it's this guy here, and then another wizard with Bane Champ. Two bolt throwers on the back of the board. And then over here, two hordes of Dragon Riders. Those guys are so nasty. And then he has, I believe, a Prince on a monster. And so looking at deployment, I had a lot more drops than him. I also used the Scrying Gem on one of my generals. So both times I used that so far, I actually got the max, which was D3 plus 1. So he had to put down 4 units, or I'm sorry, just 3 units before I had to put down any. So deployment was kind of on my side, but I did have a lot of terrain on my side of the board, so I had to kind of work around that. I'm thinking I have the Foot Guard who can maybe hold up the Dragon Riders for one turn over here if he comes this way. He's kind of pigeonholed into 2 locations here also. The woods are going to be an issue for me. I got to get in there. I put my knights opposite with the Pathfinder ability so that I'm hoping to hit with them. But the Dragon Riders are really a threat. I really need to take some wounds off them before I get too involved with them. Yep, so movement, I put the archers up, just trying to shoot a little bit of the horde, and I move up kind of tentatively. I put the shield wall through my bolt throwers as I'm going to try to push up the center flank here. I feel like I have the right flank pretty held down if he comes up with the Dragon Riders. I'm trying to position my Beast of War there to get into the flank if I need to, and I have my Foot Guard in the back here to try to hold them up. I also have another unit, the scouts, to hold them up. So I'm thinking that maybe I can hold, if he decides to go up that right flank, I can push center left and try to pin down his horde of archers and get them out of the way, because elf shooting's pretty nasty. I think they reroll 1s on misses the wound, I guess. So yeah, I hate elves. Why can't one game just come out with elves that are like big fat slobs that have like 3 wounds each and are slow and aren't amazing with bows and reroll hits and wounds and all that stuff? I guess I should have been a dwarf player. Maybe I was one in a previous life. On this side, I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. I'm getting super aggressive. I was hoping that the captain with the 6-up could just maybe disrupt one of the archer hordes while I push in the center. I know putting both of them over here is kind of dangerous. I'm hoping that, if he wants to waste all his bow shots on these 2 heroes, that buys me around. What I was trying to do, I really wanted to get this general far enough ahead that he would be able to fly over and be in the backfield. But the way it turns out, I'm going to have, if I do it, it's going to have to be on the double. And at the time, I didn't remember. They're not individuals because they're on Pegasus, so they don't have nimble, so they can't even use a pivot at the end of on the double. So I didn't actually give myself enough room here. That's going to have to change my plans. on this side. After I measured it, after I put him down, I realized it probably wasn't enough. I just wanted him in the backfield to threaten the green lady and the other wizard and his bolt throwers, but instead I'm kind of stuck here. I'm hoping it doesn't go too badly. Over here, I'm not sure what that's showing. I guess that's just my movement on that side. And turn 1 Elves. He does push up a little bit. He backs up a little with his bowman, and he pushes up. He decides to split the Dragon Riders. I think that's a good call. I think he needs support in the center, and I'm just going to kind of do the dance with the Dragon and Dragon Riders. If I can, any amount of time that he wastes messing around with my right side, I think is good for me. It looks like I did put 2 wounds on the Dragon Riders, probably through shooting. Yeah, so that's the way it looks. Movement. And yeah, he does some shots, and these guys, my catapult is actually wavered. Siege artillery, I think they're called. He does put a couple shots onto my rifle guys, and they have 4 wounds, but they weren't wavered, so that's good. Turn 2, Kingdom of Men. I decided to take both Peg Riders in. I guess my thinking is I'm going to at least do a wound or 2. It's going to disrupt them, and I'm going to stop that horde from shooting 1 turn. His countercharge, I'm really not worried about it. One of my generals is on a 6-up, the other is on a 5-up. I don't really think he's going to push wounds through. As you can see, he did some shooting on his turn. He actually got 7 wounds on one of my generals, and he wasn't wavered, so that was awesome. With inspiring, I forget what he was. I think he's about 12, 14. So average, he should get him, but the reroll got him pretty low. So we'll see how that goes. And in the center of the board, I am pushing up here a little bit more aggressively with my knights, trying to get his Sea Guard within range, and giving inspiring. Brought the BSB over, giving inspiring to these guys here. I wanted to get him over a little bit more, but I didn't want to threaten shots. Probably want to shot an individual anyway, but I should have gave these guys inspiring because they're out of range currently. Over here, push up with the knights. The scouts, I'm threatening him. If he wants to charge the scouts, go ahead. I got a beautiful counter charge with the beast, knights, and the foot guard. So I don't know if he's going to take that bait. He could do it with either the dragon or the dragon riders. Either way, I think I'm looking good on this flank. So we'll see how that works out. The archers stay put, just taking some shots. I do 6 wounds to this unit. One thing with the green lady, which is pretty amazing, I think she has heal 8. So every time she casts a heal, half of them, she's getting about 4 heals back on these hordes, and it's tough. You really have to focus fire because their nerve is so high, and or otherwise the green lady is going to take the wounds right off of them. And over here, yep, up to 6 wounds on the Dragon Riders. That's great. They're out of the range of the heal, I believe. So just putting some wounds on there is best I can. I think some of that came from the Beast of War with his 2 shots on his bolt thrower. So that's awesome. Really, really like that character. 220 points, but man, it has some muscle and it has some range, and it has good movement. I mean, you can't beat that. That's what Kings of War is all about, right? Shooting and range and charges. So, turn 2 Elves. He backs up in the center here with his Sea Guard and charges me with his archers. I think that's a smart move. I'm not sure who he charged. I guess he charged the left general because he had 7 wounds on him. Figures if he can get a wound or 2 through, maybe he can pop him. I think that's a good move. He also brings his mages up so that my other general can't fit in if I want to charge over them. So also a very smart move. And that's just playing the game, playing the rules how they are. So I thought that was pretty smart there. So on this side, yeah, he pulls the fakie and starts pulling everything away from that flank. I don't know if he thought it was, maybe I was overwhelming him a little bit and his options weren't that great. But I really don't have a charge with anything, so he was able to buy a turn and try to redo his front lines, and I think that was a smart move there. Some shooting. Yeah, he puts 2 wounds on my bolt thrower. I think they're wavered, and my siege artillery is either wavered or they're going to pop very soon. Over here, he puts 2 wounds on my knights, but they shake that off. And over here, yeah, he backs off. Oh, I wish I could see what the die was. I think he only did like 1 wound on them, but I'm not 100% sure. Turn 3. Since he reconfigured his line, so do I. I'm trying to bring the Beast and the Knights over. I don't know what I was thinking with the foot guard. I'm thinking maybe late game charges. They're kind of sweep around his flank. He decided to leave me alone there, but they are really slow. They're only moving 4. I think it's going to take them a little too long to get over. But either way, what did I really have? I mean, if I bring them out in front of the Knights this way, I'm pretty slowed up anyway. I don't know. I figured we're only playing kill scenarios. This is only my second game, and otherwise it would have been a great objective unit perhaps. I feel it's a really good balanced army list for a lot of the scenarios. I have little units that can take objectives and whatnot. But we'll see how it goes. I'd like to get more games in with this unit, or with this army, but I do have a plan for Kings of War that I'll let loose on you guys probably another time. So over here, I take my general back into his archers. Oh, we didn't do any wounds on him. I think that still says 7. Or does that say 9? He must have did 2 wounds there. Yeah. Anyway, I take my knights in who have Pathfinder, which worked out great because now I'm not hindered going in there. And I take this general and flank his Sea Guard. I don't think he's going to be enough, but at least it'll disrupt him and get the shooting, take care of the shooting. And he's pretty safe back there. Nothing else can countercharge him, I don't believe. Or not countercharge, but charge him from either one of these Dragon Riders here. Just moving the BSB over. Not sure why. Probably just to get some inspiring on this side of the board. And yeah, I do pretty many wounds. I'm up to 12, 14. Still, I think his nerve, I probably would need a 10 anyway on the roll, and he's inspiring. So I just bounce off of him there. And over here, these guys are up to 9 wounds. Still not enough. I mean, they are a horde. And there's not much I can do. 6 wounds on this Dragon Rider here. Just taking some shots at that guy. So turn 3, the counter charges start. So yeah, I'm going to lose this Knight unit. I guess I figured I was going to break these. I don't know. I guess there was not much I could do there anyway. But I'm going to lose this general. I think he's at 11 wounds, and these guys, that's going to be enough to take them. I mean, all those attacks regularly would probably take those knights, but then on the flank and double them all, it's pretty nasty. He countercharges my general with his Sea Guard, and over here he faced these Dragon Riders to protect the threat of this flank. This was a mistake in play, and I'll show you on the next slide. Well, not the next slide, the next turn. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Okay, so they lost my general as I thought, and lost the knights. That was to be expected. And he just reforms as such. And over here, these guys bounce off my general also. I think they did maybe 1 wound. And that's 6 up armor. It's pretty big. So turn 4. I decided to take everything into the Dragon Riders. I'm going to clear them out as soon as possible. Unfortunately, my bowmen were in the way of my knights, so I couldn't get them in. There's no way I could get the bowmen out. But with the shield wall and the beast and even a couple archer swings, hopefully be enough to get rid of those Dragon Riders. There are 6 wounds now. We'll see if I can do enough and get them out of there. I think that sets me up pretty nicely if I can pop them, and then I am gonna have to take some shots, but I do got some more charges I'll be able to do, and I think that's looking pretty good for me. And over here, yeah, this is where we were like, oh no, can you actually do that? And I actually found out later you could. After my general was charged, it doesn't say anything about he can only charge the unit that charged him. So I went to the Manic forums, made sure that was right, and he was able to, since he could see over the Sea Guard, he was able to charge and rear charge these guys. So yeah, he doesn't have many attacks. I think it's 4 or 5, but when you triple him and he's hitting on 3s, that's a lot of attacks. And I think he has Thunderous Charge too. So I'm hoping I can clean up these Dragon Riders, clean up the other Dragon Riders, face the rest of his lines, and do the cleanup work that I need to do. Over here, I just push these guys up because they have nothing to shoot at. They can't see over anything. And then this happens. Oh my god, I have 16 wounds on him. Anything but double ones. And of course, I roll double ones, and he sticks. And this is such a key point of the game. I really need, if I getting both Dragon Rider units off of the table at the same time and being able to apply pressure. He gets one more round of shooting with his hordes, and then I'm all over him, and I roll double ones. Brutal. Get rid of this unit, of course, and I reform to face the bolt throwers or threaten anywhere I need to threaten. Turn 4 elves, time to come out. And I made a crucial mistake giving the flank up to the dragon. I don't know if he would have even stood a charge from the front, but a charge in the flank is definitely going to be enough to do it. And in the center, he doesn't have to do anything with his Dragon Riders. He just holds, and he's holding up my entire line. It's so brutal. Oh, my God. I was so mad. I was so mad rolling it. And in this game, you can't even blame your opponent's dice. You can't even say his dice were on fire. I guess you just got to blame your own. Oh, so brutal. Yeah, make short work of him. Lefty on the charge. And over here, he does some shooting to my shield wall. Wait, shield? Oh, no, these guys are the shield wall. Yeah, shield wall. I'm getting these names. I'll get it. Got 4 wounds on the beasts. And turn 5, Empire of Men. Oh yeah, my knights were killed also by the shooting from the Sea Guard. What a huge turn of events. So I go into Dragon Riders again. What else can I do? Archers don't go in. They decide to shoot. I'm shooting lightning bolts, trying to get wounds off of these units, trying to get rid of them. And yeah, after combat, of course, blurry picture, and I kill the Dragon Riders. And I get enough damage on the Sea Guard to pop them. And my archers go in to the bolt thrower and I'll put 4 wounds on them and do not kill them, even with triple attacks. Brutal. Turn 5 elves. He comes in the flank of the beast. Now get this. So after the Dragon Riders, I wanted to back the beast up D3, and then his tip wouldn't be showing from the archers. But my little damsel, my little wizard, is sitting here, and I can't back up because she's in the way. Those Dragon Riders and that double ones, boy. Oh, my God. You have 13 wounds on those guys. I pops them. Blurry picture. Dragon Rider killed the beast. Over here, I finally get rid of that bowman unit. And then on his turn, his dragons charge these guys. He's going to clean those guys up. And he does. Shooting kills the beast. And that is the end of the game. It was a good game. It was a big win for the Elves. I think at the end we said that in that last turn he picked up somewhere 600-700 points. And yeah, that's enough to give him a pretty convincing win. Had things go at the end, different at the end there, I think it would have been my second win for Kingdoms of Men. It was getting really, really dicey for him, and I'm not going to blame it all on the double ones because he played a smart game, and his shooting hordes late game are definitely going to pick up the wounds they need to pick up, and force those nerve tests, as I've been saying in the last episode or last battle report. It's so crucial. You just need to be forcing those nerve tests all the time. So thank you guys for watching. I'm really interested in this game now. It definitely has piqued my interest, and I'm going to continue to make battle reports for it. So I hope you keep coming back. I am going to keep making battle reports for 9th Age as I can get games in my area. Thanks guys for watching. I got a little update coming with a Kings of War army that I want to start, and I'll let you hang in on that and catch you on the next one.